Nell.
And I'm Lily Nels.
Together we're Nell Sisters!
Hi, Mr. Madison. Welcome to Nels News. Today, Nena and I have a few questions about your presidency, so let's get started. Where did you start off before you were president?
Great question. Well, I was born on a 3,000-acre plantation in Virginia. This was my family's plantation called Montclair in Port Conway.
Pause it. Did you end up working on this plantation, or did you decide to do something else?
Well, when I was younger, I did work on my family's plantation, and I also owned some slaves. However, a little later, I was called to the Continental Congress, where I helped make the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. I was also Jefferson's Secretary of State when he served as president. And then after that, well, obviously, I served as president myself.
How many terms did you serve as president?
What'd you say?
How many terms did you serve as president?
I served 2 full terms.
What things do you think helped you get voted as president?
I think some things that allowed me to be voted into the role of president was that I had experience in other things, such as Secretary of State, writing some of the Constitution and Bill of Rights. I also think that it helped that I was from Virginia and was a delegate at the Continental Congress for Virginia.
I can do that. What were some of the major issues leading up to the War of 1812?
The major issues leading up to the war were Britain had refused to give up their western forts as promised in the Treaty of Paris. The Treaty of Paris clearly stated that the British were to flee the western forts. The impressment of the soldiers was also getting very bad. The American ships were getting seized and the workers on it were being forced into the British army to fight against the French. The king's argument was that once a British subject, always a British subject, and British issued multiple trade restrictions used against us from trading with the French. This caused the American economy to go down significantly. Great Britain was arming Native Americans to fight us colonists. Finally, Great Britain controlled much of Canada, and us Americans simply wanted to expand our territory.
What was the outcome of the war?
The Treaty of Ghent was the treaty between the United States and Great Britain. The basis of the treaty was that both countries would keep the prior to war conditions of their countries. One of the primary reasons the United States went to war with Britain was because they were impressing their soldiers. The United States didn't even get a settlement on the issue. The treaty had put out certain boundaries between the United States and Canada, but didn't cover much else. The reason the country couldn't get much of what they wanted out of the war was because they both had equally strong militaries and the war ended in a draw.
Do you think this result benefited the country, and how?
I do not think it benefited our country very much. Thank you.
Can you expand on that, please?
As I said before, I don't think it benefited our country very much because majority of the treaty was that us and Britain would go back to post-war conditions, which means nothing really changed.
Federalist representatives from Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Vermont met because they were against certain ways you were ruling the country at the time and the progress of the war. How do you think the Hartford Convention was beneficial for our country?
The result of the convention was a declaration towards the national government for them to offer financial aid to New England's economy and to protect New England. This was beneficial to our Constitution because it added many needed amendments, like 2/3 vote to declare war.
How do you think it affected our country in a negative way?
The convention impacted the Federalist Party in a negative way because it was a secret convention and the public didn't trust them after. They had a problem with their involvement in the war because they allied themselves with France and against the British. The Federalists wanted to be close with the British and not allies with the French.
As a Democratic Republican, how did you view the Federalist Party after this incident?
I viewed them the same as the public did. I thought they were very sneaky and that they were hard to trust after that. Although I respect their opinions, their declaration greatly helped our country. Also, it sped up recommendations of amendments to the Constitution, which were effective. Now we're going to talk to two people about their opinions on the Hartford Convention and the War of 1812. First up is Joshua Thomas. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
A Federalist.
I'm a representative at the Hartford Convention from Massachusetts. During the War of 1812, I wanted to become allies with Great Britain, as did other Federalists. However, we became allies with France instead, which angered most of us. That is what part of the reason why we started the Hartford Convention, so that we could also protest the government's decisions for the war. After we had this convention, the public did not trust us anymore because we did it in secret.
Now James Monroe! What's up? Anti-Federalist.
Hello, I'm James Monroe from Virginia. During the war, I thought we should be allies with France, and I was glad to see that we did become allies with France. France was a better ally because they helped us win the war against Britain previously, and we thought they would be able to help us in this war.
Do you regret enacting Makin's Bill number 2?
Yes, I do. The bill caused a violent war that could have been worked out. Britain took the bill as an insult and threatened force as a response. I didn't realize Britain would react like this, and I regret my actions. The intentions of the act were only to have Great Britain stop impressing our sailors.
Okay. How did Warhawks play a role in going to war?
Warhawks played a role in going to war because they kept pressuring me into declaring war against Great Britain, because since they were Democratic Republicans, they were very pro-war against Great Britain because they preferred to be allied with the French and not the English.
Thank you for watching Nels News. It's been me, Lily Nels.
And me, Nena Nels. Featuring me, Mr. Madison.
We'll see you next time on Nels News, Channel 7. Have a nice day.